and welcome to episode 20 of the Knitted Cupcake podcast. My name is Lacey, and I am the host I'm so bad at these intros, guys, really. Anyway, first, I want to apologize for any gnawing and chewing that you may hear. I've got the little pup, a little Boris dog down at my feet, and he is going to town on an antler, and that was kind of how I was going to keep him busy today. I have toys on the bed back here in case he gets bored with his antler. He's been in a mood lately to where it's getting colder outside, so he doesn't want to be outside. I don't blame him. I don't want to be outside either. And I feel bad just throwing him in his crate for an hour so I can podcast. So I'm trying to keep him entertained in the room with me. And hopefully it's not too obnoxious and too annoying. So fingers crossed. I will pull him up later, probably towards the end, and give you a little peek at the Boris and see how he's doing and how he's growing. It's been a month. So he's definitely gotten bigger. But he's getting a little too big to start on my lap now. So, yeah. So, welcome. Welcome back to any returning viewers, and welcome to any new viewers. I've gotten a few, a handful of new subscribers over the last week or so, and so if this is your first time checking me out, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I know there's a ton of other amazing knitting podcasts, and so it's cool that you decided to spend a little bit of your day and your week with me. So if you like it, hit the little subscribe button down below and the little thumbs up, and if you don't, hey, it's all good. Like I said, there's a ton of other knitting podcasts out there, and there's bound to be one that fits your style and your needs. So let's get on to this. Where can you find me at? You obviously found me here on YouTube. And you can also find me, I'm the most active on Instagram, so the.knitted.cupcake is where you can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on Ravelry as wouknitter, and you can also find me in some Ravelry groups as well. So we have a group for the podcast, the Knitted Cupcake, the Knitted Cupcake podcast, as well as the Slow Ass with $signs Knitters Club. As always, all of that is down below. Stop by those groups. We've got some cool things going on, and I'm just now realizing I forgot some acquisitions, but that's okay. I've got a whole stack of acquisitions over here. The wool piggery was real this month, guys. Like, super real. It's a bit embarrassing, I'll be honest, but today I'm just drinking some coffee with some pumpkin spice creamer. I've got it in my Portland You Are Here Starbucks mug. I've got quite the collection of these, and I love them, so if anybody wants to do a swap, I can get my hand on some Oregon mugs, which I actually don't have one in my collection, so you'd be getting a mug that I don't have. And it's just because I keep forgetting to buy one for myself. But I will buy one for you if you want to send me one from wherever you are. So I'd be down, and maybe throw some minis in there too. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, let's get on to this episode. Let's start with a bit of what am I wearing? I don't know. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is my so faded sweater, and I love it. I'll see if I can stand up. Okay, so this room is really tiny, and I currently have a full size, queen size that's somewhere in between. I don't think it's a full, but it's not a queen either. I don't know. An airbed set up because we've got a friend who stayed in town a couple nights ago and is flying back, and I'm not sure if he's staying again, so I have it still set up. But that means my desk chair can go this far. And I run into it, but I think that's just enough space to stand up and show you. Oh, maybe I kind of have to squat. But yeah, there she is in all of her glory. She's been blocked. I've worn her already. So this is how it fits even after a wear. The sleeves are a little big, but it's really comfortable. I really love it. These were knit out of Mountain Colors in their Twizzlefoot base, which has silk in it, and it just makes it so drapey and so awesome. I've got a blanket on. It's a little chilly. This is my knitting blanket. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, I could not be happier with how this turned out. I really like how the garter sleeves, the little sleeve caps turned out. They don't feel or look like armored shoulder pads like I felt like they would, and I think it's just because of the gauge and that they were able to kind of relax and open up in the blocking process. So the underarms are still a bit weird, but I don't know. It's a sweater, and I love it, and I made it, and I get a lot of compliments on it when I wear it. So that always kind of makes me feel good that people who are not knitters will look at it and go, oh, I really like your sweater today. So then I can go, oh, yeah, I made it. So I it's brag about your knitting, because it takes a lot of work and effort to go, it's a lot of work and effort that goes into projects like this, and it's impressive. So yeah, don't be afraid to say, oh yeah, I made it. No big deal. Anyway, so that is what I'm wearing. Also some LuLaRoe leggings because it's a Sunday morning. Did I say that? It is currently Sunday, October 22nd, at about 11:20 in the morning. It's great. It's a cool, blustery fall day here in Eastern Oregon. We had gone from weather in the 80s at the beginning of the month to all of a sudden we are like mid-50s, rain, wind, changing colors of the leaves, and fall is in full force, and it just makes my heart so happy, and I love it. So that's what's going on here. Let's dive into some finished objects. So as many of you know, I am full force grad school right now, and it takes up a lot of my knitting time, but I try really hard to at least get some sort of knitting in daily. It doesn't always happen, but if I can, I have to watch a 20-minute TED Talk, I'm going to pull out my knitting and I'm going to knit while I'm watching it, because it's my woo-saw moment. I need to keep knitting, so I'm not cranking out finished objects as quickly as I have in the past, but I'm really impressed with myself that I have really finished a few things. I have 3 finished objects today, so will you not knock your antler into the shelf? That would be awesome. Anyway, I'm going to shove them around a little bit. Let's talk about my first one, which I'm really, really excited about because I wanted it to be done for Halloween so I could wear it. Or at least Halloween week, because I have some LuLaRoe Halloween leggings that I'm going to wear. And so yeah, this will just probably be part of Halloween week. I don't know. Or just everyday life, because it's that cool. And it is my, let's get that right, Wonder Woman wrap. And I mean, let's not put it in the candle, Lacey. That would be awesome. It needs to be blocked. I do think all of my ends, it's got some hair on it. I think all of my ends are woven in. I kind of knit. Yeah, all of my ends are woven in. So it really does. It just needs to get thrown in with some wool wash and blocked. And it really, I love it. It's such a cool project. I love it because when you put it on, it's just going to be the colors, and you're not really going to know what it is until you take it off. So it's kind of one of those surprise shawls, kind of like Stephen West's eyeball shawl, which I desperately want to make. I've got the perfect yarns for the pupil and then the eyelash edge part and then the iris. and I'll talk about that later because it's that cool. And one of them is part of my acquisitions. But yeah, it's one of those surprise shawls that you don't really know what it is until you take it off and open it up, which is a lot of fun. But it's not a really big shawl, which again, I'm so thrown off by this whole backwards video thing. It's not a mirror, so I get stuck all the time. But it's a really good size shawl. It's not super oversized where I feel like I am all stuck in it, but it's long enough that it's going to stay like this, especially once it's block 2. It's going to get a little bigger. So I'm really excited about it. So I knit this out of the Perfect Stitch Fibre Company in her, and I can never pronounce it right, but it's the Mascara, which is the island that the Amazonian women live on in Wonder Woman, which is the red, which is the most perfect speckly tonal, not bright cherry red. It's coming out brighter on camera than it is in person. It's a little darker, and it's just the perfect red. I could do an entire sweater out of this color, which says a lot because I'm not a red person. So check it out. So the Mascara is the red, AU, the letters AU, guys, is the gold, and so it's a total Goonies reference. AU, guys. And then super nerdy because AU is the periodic table abbreviation for gold. So it's a cool, for me, it was the most perfect yarn combination for this shawl, and holy cow, it's warm. Wool sweater with a wool shawl, and it just, look at this, guys. It's just that cool. So that's my first finished object, and I love it. And I think that if our friend does not stay the night tonight, I will block this tonight, because I can lay out my blocking mats on the bed, and the dog has only jumped up on that bed once, and then he kind of got in trouble because he got a little excited and had a little accident, had to wash everything. So he's not gotten back up on the bed even after I sat on the bed and encouraged him to come up. He didn't. So I think it is safe if I put my blocking knitted items on top of it. That is exciting. So that may happen tonight. My next finished object is, okay, we won't go in order of that I finished it because we just won't. So my next finished object is what I've been working on when I'm watching videos for class. And so I need to cast on another pair because I have finished my vanilla socks. Look at that. I've got 2 socks. I love it. This is my yarn from Alexandra's Crafts in her MCN base. So it's an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon in her Chelsea color. And it is just that bright rainbow tie-dyed yarn, and I couldn't be happier. I used just a black Regia yarn for the heels, kind of wishing I did it for the toes. I did do 60 stitches on this US size 1 needle, which for a lot of my socks that worked. These ones are a little snug across the instep. I was wearing them a little bit last night after I finished Kitchenering my second heel, and right across this instep gets pretty, and you can kind of even see it on the blocker how there's not a hole. Will you, dude? Okay. Sorry, we're gonna pause for Sorry. I may or may not be able to edit that out, but hey! It's all good. Anyway, so back to my little sockies. Tied across the instep. But they're still comfortable. They aren't so tight. I mean, they're pretty tight, but I don't feel like they're like digging in, or I just don't feel like they're that uncomfortable. So I'm going to wear them. But I think part of it is because this MCN base is it's not as plump as some of the other sock bases that I've had. So I think that may have something to do with it. But I probably could have gotten away with the 64 stitch sock. But it is what it is, but there they are. They're finished. They're done. I need to count my box of socks and see where I'm at so far. I think I should be at like 10 pairs, at least. Can we think about this? Can we do the math in my head? So I have my Beyond the Wall socks, my Rose Hip socks, my Kissed a Wookie Hermione socks, my stripy March socks, my I don't even remember all of my socks that I've done. I know I have my Incantation socks, my Lupin socks. Oh, I know I have more than 6 pairs. I've got these ones now. Oh, I have my Gilmore Girls stripy socks, the pattern by Yarn and You. I can't remember. I know I have a few like halves. I've got I think at least 3 or 4 half socks, which would then get me there. So I'm close. I will get my box of socks done, and maybe next episode I'll pull that out, do a little fresher, and show you because I can't remember exactly how many I have. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and now my final finished object I'm very excited about because it knit up insanely fast, and the yarn is very, very special to me, and you've not seen the yarn before unless you follow me on Instagram. And same with finished object, and that is my Sockhead beanie. And this guy, look at that. It needs a fur pom-pom, I've decided, because it likes to like sit up like that. And I think with at least the fur pom-pom, it'll weigh it down enough just to keep it from popping up. But I love it. So this is my Sockhead hat, and it is a pattern by McClure. A gazillion people have knit it. It's just kind of that go-to, I want a hat. I've got this really awesome sock yarn that I don't want to turn into socks. And yeah, I did this casting on 136 stitches. The 144, I had made that size for my boyfriend, and it was just a little too big for my noggin. And so I started it and then actually went down to 128 stitches. And that one was just, it was stretched to the max to fit around my head. So I decided to take it out and then do the in-between cast on, which was 136 stitches. And it worked out perfectly. I ended up doing instead of 4 inches of ribbing, I did like 5.5, because for whatever reason I had it in my brain that I needed to do 6 inches. I was wrong. And this is a free pattern on Ravelry, so I'm not giving away any of the secret sauce. And so I did 5 inches of ribbing, and then I knit, I think 6 or 6.5 inches before I started the decreases for the hat. So more ribbing, less stockinette, and I was actually able to get this done in like 3 days. I was away at a conference for Wednesday through Friday of this last week. Oh, there goes the dog. Let's see what he's doing. And then, so during these sessions, I sat and knit, and it was perfect brainless knitting for those things. It did have a little bit of pulling go on in the ribbing, but then it totally evened up top. I don't mind the pulling. I think it just adds another fun element to the hat. And I can decide, do I want more of the light color or do I want more of the tealy purple showing. So this yarn, let's talk about it. This is, the ends are woven in, they're just not trimmed. The Perfect Stitch Fibre Company. This is the Perfect Stitch. This is Jen's podcast today because I have, can you see him? He needed a new toy to chew on. Where are you going, Dad? Huh? Where are you going? So I've got 2 finished objects out of her yarn, and I have a whip that is like 80% her yarn, and then I have a giveaway involving her yarn. So this is Jen's podcast today. So there you go, Jen. If you have not checked out her shop, do it, because she has a huge variety of dyed to order yarns, both tonal, both speckle. She has a little bit of everything. So what are you doing? Huh? Hi. What's up? Come here. So she has a little bit of everything in her shop. Look at his little sweater. Hi. She's great customer service. I can't speak highly enough of Jen and her business. And she just had her 1-year anniversary. And yeah. So yeah, go check out Jen. Check out her shop. Hi. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay. So we're going to take a break and say hi to the dog real fast. This is Boris. He says it's a little cold outside. So Mom has me in this ridiculous sweater. She needs to knit me another one. Look at that face. Hi. You gonna say hi to everybody? You gonna say hi? Hi. He is going to be 6 months at the beginning of October or November. So he's 5.5 months right now. Yeah, you chew on that. You chew on that. He's lost most of his baby teeth. He is probably about 15 pounds now. A little Spitfire, full of piss and vinegar most mornings. Doesn't want to eat, but wants to play. He's a good dog, though. He's good. He's learned all sorts of things. Hey, paw. You can give me? Oh, there's your paw. It's hard to do when he's like that. Hey, paw. You can give it to me? You can give it to me? Nope. He says it's hard to do when I'm in your lap, Mom. So, he probably won't stay here for very long. Do not drink my coffee. This is a bit of a chaotic episode. I apologize. Trying to podcast with a kid. Really. Where are you going? You want down? You want down? Oh. No, not the knitting. You can get your lizard. Come on, get your lizard. Come on. So he's got blankets and stuff underneath my desk at my feet, and that's where he spends most evenings while I'm doing homework. So it's his little spot. We'll see if he'll stay there, though. Nope. He's emerging. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue on. So that is the wrap-up of finished objects. Let's get into some whips now, because I've got a handful of those as well. So, first and foremost, these are so close to getting done. So in my, isn't that pretty? In my Wheezing Wizards bag from Lynn of Sunshine and Bubblegum, and this was a collaboration that her and Jen from Perfect Stitch Fibre Company and Lindsay from Simply Serving HK. Do I have those? Ooh. Oh, I do. Okay. Another acquisition from Lindsay that I wanted to make sure I had. So living in here is my Hogwarts House socks. Hogwarts House Cup socks. There we go. By Andrea Paquin. And these are almost done. I just have a few more rows of that ribbing. And then I need to put in my afterthought heels. And then they are done. But look at that. Seriously, the cabling on these socks are one of my favorites. So this yarn is Patton's Croy in the brown rose marl. I have definitely done some yarn management to maintain the striping of the socks, I'm working from 2 balls of yarn. And one of them just has slightly longer color sections, so I've had to do some pulling and management to make them stripe perfectly, but they are, and I'm really excited. I think I'm going to do the heels in this color because it's in the middle of this dark, so that's a good what that yarn looks like. But yeah, these are almost done. I've got probably, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I want to do a 15-row cuff. So I have got 6 more rows on my cuff to do. And then I can bind off and do my heels and weave in my ends and call them a finished object. So these will definitely be done by the next time I podcast, whenever that is. That could be next week. It could be in 2 weeks. It could be in a month. I don't know. But these will be done by then. These are going to turn into my work on while I'm doing homework projects. So they're going to start living in the office. Next up, I have another Harry Potter pattern. So these are all for the Yarnaholics Harry Potter Cal, which is running, I believe, through November 1st. Maybe November 30th? I can't remember. I will look that up and put that all down here. If it is November 1st, I'm going to talk to the girls about possibly extending it to November 30th, just because I want all the time to knit all of the Harry Potter. So that's that. Okay, whip number 1. Whip number 2 is another pair of socks. And these are my Hermione's Everyday Socks, which is a pattern by Erica Lauder, free pattern on Ravelry. Oh my gosh, come on now. And these are being knit out of my, let's do this the right way, Joyance Fibre Arts sock blank in a Wicked Knit Night. And she just came out with some amazing ones on her Etsy. Pre-orders for one called Sweater Weather, and she has one that's like blues and whites, so very wintry, but then she has another one that's oranges and reds and leafy, and so it's all fall. So go check out her Etsy shop, Joyance Fibre Arts, and get yourself one of her amazing sock blanks. She offers them in both single knit and double knit, I believe. I'm working off of a double knit, and how cute are these little witches. I love it. Absolutely love them. And so, here is what I've got so far. They are not that big. They have not gotten a lot of priority. I think this little guy I put in when I was last podcasting, so I have gotten a decent amount done, but when it's been a month worth of work, it just doesn't feel like that much. So I need to move him up. I am currently working into the first little witch and her hair. So you can start to see the little bright orange of her hair, which is really fun. So again, these are Hermione's Everyday Socks. I don't know if you can really tell the difference between the two. I mean, a little bit, but with the crinkliness of the sock blank, it's hard to see the stitch pattern, but I'm still going with it because I can. So these are a 64 stitch cuff. They're definitely going to fit. He's back there. Whatever. He's behind me chewing on one of his toys. That's on the bed. But yeah. So that is whip number 2. And these are being knit on my Chagu US ones. My other ones are being same way, yeah, Chagu US size ones. And this is in my Molly Klein design. Oh, look at that. Hello, string. Molly Klein design cupcake bag. I got this in a swap with her, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite bags. I love it. Just so bright and cheery. And it's cupcakes. So, there's that. My next whip, you're going to be seeing a lot of over the next couple weeks and months because they are things that need to get done and are on a deadline now. So if you remember way back when, I agreed to knit Christmas stockings for my boyfriend's mom and the family, which means there are 6 stockings to knit. Oh, got so much yarn going on here. It's a bit crazy. I am knitting them all out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in various shades of red, green, and neutrals, being gray or beigey tan. This was the first one that I finished. I need to weave in the ends, and I need to duplicate stitch the name on it, but this is what they look like. They're really cute. I really like them. They don't take that long to knit. I'm knitting them on a US 8 out of worsted weight. They really don't take a whole lot of time. So that one has been done for a while. This is number 2 of 6. I am to the point where I need to add the toe and then again duplicate stitch the name, which I believe on this one is going to be in this gray, which I think is the Dove Heather. And then this one will be in the red, which I don't have the ball band for. But yeah, so really, I just have to get them done. They don't take that long. Very minimal color work. So yeah, this is number 2 of 6. So these are both of, so that one is boyfriend's mom, boyfriend's dad. I think I will probably do him and his brother next. And then I'll leave the girlfriends last, myself and then the other girlfriend. Just that way the family has them and then we can get ours later. I don't know. But I think that I can get them done by Christmas. Are they going to be done by the time she puts up her Christmas decorations? Probably not, because that is Thanksgiving weekend that she does that. But by Christmas, they will be done by hell or high water. So that's a better representation of these colors. So yeah. And this is a pattern, the Ragg Wool Christmas Stocking by Annie's Woolens. Yet again, Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, just a really basic worsted weight wool. They're going to be great. I do eventually want to do a lining for them. That way when they get filled with things, they don't get really stretched out. But I don't know if that's going to happen this winter because I have a sewing machine, but it's not really one that, I mean, it's okay. It's really old. It needs a lot of work done to it where I feel like I could do that. And just for time constraints, I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, that's kind of cool. Sorry, I just realized that I could have a little yarn guide out of this guy. Just how the zipper is set up. And it's not catching on any of that metal. I may do that from now on. Again, this is another Molly Klein design bag. This is my Christmas owls. It made me very happy having a Christmas project that I was working on all year long. So I could use this all year long. I love owls. I love cupcakes. He's making noises, but that's okay. So yeah, that is that one. My last and final whip is a bit of a spoiler. So if you, and I've heard of a few people who have been able to do this successfully, if you're wanting to knit the Speckle and Pop Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West, and you have not let yourself been spoiled by any Instagram posts or anything like that, I am going to show the very beginnings of my Clue 1, because I just started yesterday. So, if you do not want to see, and you don't want to spoil it for yourself, look away now. So this is, like I said, Clue 1 of my Speckle and Pop. It's not a whole lot done, but I really like it. I kept peeking in and checking out the clues as they were coming out, seeing what they look like, seeing if it was something I really wanted to do because Clue 1 was really intriguing to me. Loved the look of Clue 1. Clue 2, it was okay. But then with Clue 3 and 4, I was definitely sold on it. So I know what it's supposed to look like, and this is what I've got going on. So, as many of you know, the Speckle and Pop Mystery Knit-Along uses 3 main colors and then 5 color pops. So my 3 main colors, and you can look back now. I don't think I'm going to show it again just because there's not a whole lot to show. But my 3 main colors are, this dog, these. So these are all, again, Perfect Stitch Fibre Company. The lightest color is Wheezing Wizards, which was an exclusive for that club. I do not believe she's going to dye it again. The second color she has available in her shop right now, so go get it. And it is Narwhal Birthday Cake. And then this last color was a one-of-a-kind, and she called it, what did she call it? Case of the Blues. And this was actually, she was trying to dye up the middle color, Narwhal Birthday Cake, and something went crazy, and it took all the teal. And so they fade perfectly together, and it makes me so happy, and I have to take care of the dog. So I will be back momentarily. I am so sorry. This dog. I love him, but this dog. Okay. We are back. Puppy is pottied. He has been watered. He has his antler again. Hopefully he will settle back down at my feet and we can finish up this episode. Oh, such a high maintenance little doggo. Anyway, okay. Where was I? So, let's give you close-ups of all these. So, Wheezing Wizards. And these are all on her sparkle base. I think some of them, this one is a gold stellina, but I think the other 2 may be silver stellina. Let me look at that. Yeah. Okay, and then this one is Narwhal Birthday Cake, and this is a new acquisition this week. So it has the same lime green in it, which is very exciting. It makes it fade very nicely together. Look at that. It's just so fun. And then the last one is, I keep having to look this up. Woo! Case of the Blues, which was a one-of-a-kind because it was a kind of fix of a mess-up of the Narwhal Birthday Cake. And it's hard to tell in here, but there are the same bits of that, let's see, like right there, of that lime green that carries out throughout all 3 of these skeins. And then the same tealy and like kind of purpley blue that's in there. So, that's just such a bright, fun color. I love it. So, those are my speckles. Now, my pops are actually a little more subdued, which I really like. I think it means that I'm going to wear it a lot more. So let me see if I can actually get these into the right order here. 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. No, 4, 5. 4, 5. I think. These are my pops. So this was a mini skein set from Wonderland Yarns, and it's the Cats and the Coffee colorway, which is awesome because I love coffee. I like cats. Not a cat person, I'm more of a dog person, but it's coffee reference. So those, I don't know if I can make this work, with Can I make this? Can I do it? Okay. So that is kind of, oh, I'm losing, okay, this is not gonna work. Okay, there we go. You can see them all. So that's how they work together. Is this so awkward? Nope. Okay. So, nope, wrong way. Yeah, that's them all. And I think it's going to be really awesome. And I'm really excited about it. And I posted it on Instagram with all of my colors. So you can check it out there. And Stephen West liked it. So that makes me really happy. But him and I are like besties. We go way back, you know. So I met him once last winter. So besties. So I do have the first 2 color pops incorporated in. So I am working on to these 3 next. Which, again, the whole richness of the fall. Dog, I swear if you need to go out again, I'm going to go crazy. It makes me very happy. It's bright, but it's still fall and warm and cozy. So that is my final knitting whip. It's the Speckle and Pop MCal. And I'm going to have you look away one more time if you don't want to be spoiled, because I do want to show it. So look away. I'll tell you when you can look back. Look away. Now. Are you looking away? Okay, because here it is. So that is, I love how, I'm sorry, my needles are in the way and hitting things. The Wheezing Wizards is knitting up, and how it is looking with the color pops, because it doesn't really have any of these colors in any of the yarns, but they just go so well. So yay, there's that. I'm very excited. Let's see if we can get the dog to start crying. Come here. Come here. Come hang out with Mama. Thank you. There's your antler. Take that. Oh, take it. Okay, so I have one more crafty thing I want to show you, and that's my cross stitch. Again, for a month going by, I don't have a whole lot done. It's kind of, I want to be crafty. I don't really want to work on my knitting. So it sits by the couch, and I pick it up every so often. And let me remind you, this is what it looks like. It's going to be that cute little owl. And I have that much done. So not a whole lot, but enough, right? I am really liking it. I am being taken back to my childhood with this. Before I knit, I did a lot of cross stitch with my mom, because she did a lot of crochet and cross stitch, and crochet I couldn't quite wrap my head around just right. Cross stitch I could, so I did a lot of it with my mom, and I remember her always saying that her grandmother told her that with embroidery, the back of her work needs to look as pretty as the front. So I don't think I'm quite to that standard, but there is the back. For not doing it for so many years, I'm very impressed with myself and how neat and tidy this back is. So I do need to finish this little matching, that part, but there it is. There's the beginnings of my little owl cross stitch, and I am really excited about it. So it's been a lot of fun to do. So there's that. Okay, let's get into some business now. I'm going to save all of my wool piggery for last, just because it's a lot. I've purchased a ton of yarn over the last month. I need to slow my roll, and I'm going to slow my roll. I have plenty of yarn in my stash to work from. So I'm not necessarily declaring that I'm going on a yarn diet, but I am declaring that I'm going to work from my stash. Because I do. I've got a ton of gorgeous yarn. I've got 3 sweater quantities. I've got all this gorgeous sock yarn that I can get creative and pair them together or not to do things with. So I need to start doing that. So there we go. I do have some yarn on its way to me still. But other than that, I'm going to try to pull back a little bit. So I'm going to go into actually some prizes and giveaways. So last podcast I drew for my 300 subscriber giveaway. I am now up to like 360 subscribers, which is really exciting. And that person never contacted me. So because it's been so long, I'm going to draw for a new prize winner. I've had a lot. Sorry. I've got to pull up my Ravelry now. I have a lot of other comments on that, and I feel like somebody else could get a chance to win now. So let me remind you what you're winning if you do get, let's see here. Yeah, it's been almost a month. It's been 28 days since I closed that thread, so it's been pretty much a month. Oh yeah, no, it was 250. That's crazy. Is that what it was? Yeah, 250. Now I'm over 350. So that's really cool. That's really exciting. Okay, so let me remind you. Okay, so first of all, we have this really awesome drawstring bag from Janine of Yarn and You. And in here you get, I like it because it's got the little button, a skein of DK weight yarn from Little Fish Stitches from Megan. And it is mermaid watercolor. So bright, so pretty. I love it. And you also get a set of 3 Progress Keepers from Lindsay of Be Easy by LB. So, and those are, let me pull them out because they are really pretty. And actually, I am going to, just for kicks and giggles, and the fact that you can see them maybe a little better than me trying to hold on to them, I'm going to hook them onto the yarn really fast. They will come in the little tin, but I'm wanting to hook them onto the yarn right now just so you can see them. There we go. Aren't those pretty? I love the speckly one with the pink. That's probably my favorite. The black one is not showing up all the coolness to it, maybe because it's not turned quite right, but let me try to turn it. Come on. It's a little, can you see that? No. But it's sparkle. There's some sparkles that run through it, and it's really pretty. So you will get, I have to find everything, these. And I think they all look really pretty together. So the winner of that, let's redraw. There were 26 posts, mine being the first one. So we'll do 2 through 26. And let's see who our second chance prize winner is. Because this is, I love being able to give things away. So let's do that real quick now that those are all back together. Pick a number between 2 and 26.
That would be 12.
12. That actually may have been the person last time. Let's see. If that's the case, then I guess we give them another shot. Let's find post number 12, which is my favorite number, by the way. Oh, no! Ah! Left hand lass, my friend. You won. Okay, so left hand lass is Kirsten from Pasadena, California. So congratulations to you. And I think that's totally meant to be because you were my favorite number, your post was. So to win the 250 subscriber giveaway and be post of my favorite number, yay, it all works out. So thank you, Kirsten, for being a subscriber and a watcher. And she was actually one of my first subscribers going way back a year ago, which is really exciting. So that actually leads me into another giveaway. What I didn't realize is the last time I podcast, it was pretty much my 1-year podiversary, and it totally slipped my mind. So I've been at this for a year, guys, and that makes me really excited. And so that means it's time for another giveaway. And it's going to be very similar. So in this one, I'm really excited. You will get a bag from Sunshine and Bubblegum. Lynn. I love Lynn. And so she's the one who made my Wheezing Wizards bag. And there is her tag. I love this bag. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. And as you all know, drawstrings are my latest obsession. You will also get a set of the same stitch markers from Lindsay of Be Easy by LB. And they are the same. And you will also get your very own skein of the knitted cupcake from the Perfect Stitch Fibre Company. So Jen totally surprised me with this, and this is the same yarn, same base that I knit my Sockhead hat out of. So this is how it knits up, and it's so exciting, guys. It's so exciting. I mean, these are me. These colors are so me. I love it. And it is her single ply dotty base. So it's 400 yards of a superwash merino wool. So you will also be getting all of this goodness. I mean, you have to enter. So I'm going to put this up on Ravelry as my 1-year podiversary giveaway. And I have to think up of a prompt. I'm really bad at coming up with prompts for things. Really bad. But that's my 1-year podiversary prize. So that makes me very happy. Okay. So be sure to check out, put that right there so it doesn't get lost, the Ravelry group, and look out for that giveaway post. I also have 3 patterns to give away, and I only got 1 posted last time, and there's only, I think, 2 entries, so I'm going to leave that one open. So I'm going to be, I will this time, I promise. I'm going to post the Victorian Yuletide Ornaments ebook from Jen Sheelan, the Jen Sheelan podcast, and jensheelan.com. And these are really gorgeous knitted like ornament covers that fit over standard glass or plastic ball ornaments. And they're stunning. They're gorgeous. They're lace, they're cable, and there are, I think, 15 different ornament patterns in this ebook. I've decided to not do them individually, but give the whole ebook away as one, because that is one really big, exciting prize, and Christmas is coming. So I'm hoping through all of this, I have been showing you bits of each of those ornaments, and I will open up a thread in the Ravelry group. I promise it's going to happen today. It will. So go ahead, head over there. I want to know, who would you knit these for? Would you knit them for yourself and have a tree of handmade ornaments? Would you knit them for coworkers, family members, ornament exchange? I don't know. Who would you knit these for and why? So there's that giveaway. The next one is already open in the Ravelry group, and that is the Yeksa shawl. And that is a pattern by Janine McCarty of Yarn and You. And that one is, show me pictures, pull them online. Maybe they're in your stash already. I don't know. But show me what 2 yarns you would use for that shawl. And that gets you entered in to win the Yeksa shawl. The final pattern is another pattern from Jen Sheelan, and it is her Enchanted Forest Pool shawl. And guys, this shawl is stunning. I had the opportunity to test knit for her. I had to turn it down just because I didn't have the time to commit to it, which really broke my heart. But it is a shawl that is in my queue to knit. It is a 3-color shawl, lace, gorgeous. It's a really stunning, I believe it's a half circle shawl too, so that's really cool. Jen is an amazing designer. If you have not checked out her patterns, please do. So actually, I think that's going to be my prompt for this pattern is head on over to Jen Sheelan's Ravelry store and let me know, aside from that pattern, what other pattern of hers would you want to knit? And yeah. So those are the 3 other giveaways. So we have 4 giveaways that are going to go live in the Ravelry group. So please, if you are not a member of that yet, head on over, join the group, and check it out. So that is kind of the wrap up. What I've got left is a pile of yarn, Piggery, as well as some other cool knitting accoutrements. And then maybe a little bit of life stuff. So if you are not interested in any of that, I will say adios, see you later. Until next time, thanks for coming. If not, stick around because I've got some good yarn porn coming up. Yeah, so let's just jump into that, shall we? So I'm going to first start off with like the notion-y stuff because I think they're really cool and exciting. And the first one are actually prizes for the Yarnaholics Harry Potter giveaway. And let me tell you, Melissa from Knitty by Nature, sorry for the plastic, is a doll. And I love her. So I went to her shop and I picked out a Progress Keeper and a set of stitch markers as a giveaway prize for the Harry Potter Yarnaholics giveaway. And that was this awesome set, which I don't know how well you can see everything, but it has a little head wig. Oh my gosh, I'm doing everything backwards. It's got a head wig with a letter and then 2 pretty little beads, which are Gryffindor, which is my house. And then we have the castle. We have a quill and ink. We have Harry's glasses with his scar. And then we've got the sorting hat. So this, I can't decide if I'm going to pair it with a skein of yarn or if it's going to be a prize all on its own. I have time to decide that. So, but it is definitely a part of that giveaway, which is really hard because I kind of want to keep them now that I know she sent a second prize. So there are 2 sets of Harry Potter stitch markers, at least for me. I'm pretty sure Jenny of Lucky Jenny has a set as well. So these are all stitch markers. Oh, and it has the little light bulb with the lightning bolt, which is really fun. So this set has a spell book, the Deathly Hallows, the Flying Car, and a Mermaid of the Lake. So there are 2 more prizes, or additions to prizes, I should say, for the Yarnaholics Harry Potter Knit Along. So Melissa, thank you for being so amazing and for having such a great shop. You always have, if for whatever reason you have not ever gone and checked out Melissa's shop, Knitty by Nature on Etsy, please, you really should, because she has got one of the best selections of stitch markers and progress keepers I've ever seen. A huge variety of all sorts of nerdy things, as well as just personal interests and seasonal, and she just has so much going on in her shop, and she's always updating it, and she's always changing things out. Go check her shop out, because she really is awesome and amazing. So thank you, Melissa. Next up in the world of accoutrements is a little risque. And these are 2 progress keepers from, these crack me up so much. I love them. These are 2 progress keepers from Lindsay from Simply Serving HK on Etsy. And I'll show the non-offensive one first. And this is a little boxing glove with a pink breast cancer awareness ribbon on it. And the detail on this thing is just awesome. Look at the stitches on the back of it. I love it. So this is her little boxing glove. So, you know, knock out cancer kind of thing. And then this one, if boobs offend you, if nipples offend you, turn away, because I'm not going to blur this or edit it because it is the cutest little boob ever. That's right. It's a boob. It is a boob stitch marker. Let's see how many times I can say boob. Boob, 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 boob. Look at it! This cracks me up. I love it though. It is just a little boob with a nipple and a winky face. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And it is that time of the year, ladies. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Go get your boobs squished. It's important. Do it. Check them out monthly. Because I don't know if I've really shared this at all, but my mother is a breast cancer survivor. My aunt, her sister, is a breast cancer survivor. They lost their mother to breast cancer when they were both very young. So this is a big deal for me. So that's why boobs do not offend me. They are part of our physiology, and it's important to maintain our health and go get them checked out and get them squished by doctors yearly. So if that is not something you do or practice, I would highly encourage you to kind of get on that. It is something that I take part in, and I'm only 30. I'm quite young and I do it. Just because it is so prevalent in my family. It is something that if and when it happens, I want to make sure that I'm catching it early. So thank you, Lindsay, for my amazing little boob and my boxing glove, because they are very, very special to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if she has them in her shop still, but head on over to her shop because she has tons of very adorable clay Parkus keepers. So go check them out. Come here, dog. Come here. He's whining again. This is too much for a little 5.5-month-old pupperoonie. Okay, next up is smelly stuff, and it makes me very happy. And this is my very first order from Tuft Woolens, and I'm so excited. I got 2 of my favorite scents in the entire world, and I had not smelled them from her, so I wasn't sure what hers were going to smell like, but they smell like the real deal thing. And so my first one is Campfire S'mores, and I wish there was smell-o-vision, because it smells like s'mores. You can smell the marshmallow and the chocolate, and it makes me so happy. And these are all her woolen sock soaps. So there's that one. And then the next one I got, I can smell it all day long. All day long. It's her espresso. Oh, it was a big bark. Espresso vanilla. And then along with those, I did order one of her cedar soap tray things. So, because I want these to last and last. So if I set them out so they can dry out and then put them in an appropriate kind of bag or something to maintain them, that is awesome. Apparently, I need to go let the dog out one more time, and then we can get on to all of the yarny goodness. Stay tuned. Okay, we're going to try this out. I rolled my chair back, he ran underneath, so maybe this will work. He's back to his antler, so maybe he just needed a reminder he had it. Now I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's try to go in some sort of order. Right after I podcasted last, what fell? I received my order from Goosey Fibers, and this is an order I made with the intention of turning it into the Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mowry, which is a gorgeous shawl with fingering weight yarn combined with mohair yarn to create a really cool combination of textures. So I ordered, and let me tell you, this is my own doing, because I cannot read, apparently. But let's get into this first. So this is Goosey Fibers in her Nymphadora colorway on her singles base. I love it. It is such a cool color. And again, nature of hand-dyed. This one has... Ooh, goodness. I'm undoing things. Let's get this back. Come on. Come on. You just get back in there. Okay. That's kind of a crummy job, but... Oh, okay. So we're just going to totally unwind this. But this one has less speckling. But the speckles are stunning. I love it. It's kind of a buttery yellow golden base with all of the colored speckles on top of it. So it's not a white base. It's not a cream base. It is definitely a goldeny, buttery yellow, which is different. And again, it's her Nymphadora colorway, who is one of my favorite characters of all time from the Harry Potter series. So I was very excited at the prospect of having a full shawl knit out of Nymphadora yarn. So, but what I failed to realize is that her mohair base is slightly heavier and actually considered more of a fingering than a lace weight. So 50 grams of her mohair base, which is this, also stunning and gorgeous, and I love it. 50 grams of this is really 273 yards, and I needed 400 yards, which that's most 50 gram skeins of the lighter lace weight. So that was my fault for not reading it. So I am one skein of this short. I haven't decided if I want to contact her again and see if she can dye up another mohair base of this for me. But they're gorgeous and they're pretty, and I do really want to make that shawl. So that may happen. That may be a purchase. Just so I have everything I need to do that shawl, because I like the idea of using the same colorway in the different bases just to create the texture within the base. So this was a purchase from Goosey Fibre. She has a very large selection of Harry Potter themed yarns. Go check her out. And I do believe that she donated a prize to Jenny, and it will be a prize for the Harry Potter knit along. So again, a Nymphadora in her Goosey single and her Goosey halo base. And they're pretty and they're squishy and they smell like lavender. And so I love them. That was one purchase. All of these are purchases, let's be honest. Next up, I have, I think it was between these guys. So you should all have it, but if you have not, if you're taking part in the Indigo Color Company Mixed Cocktails Yarn Club, and you haven't received yours for October for whatever reason, look away because I'm going to show it. This one is called Sex in the Driveway, which just cracks me up. Oh my gosh, Amy, you are awesome. Look at this. So it's really funny. Prior to receiving this skein in the mail, my stash was looking very pink and orange, which is fine. I totally dig it, but it was a lot of pink and orange. So I was like, oh, I need some blues and purples and teals and greens, something to balance that out. And then this beauty showed up in my P.O. box, which just, oh, it's so pretty. So I still have one more month of this club color coming, which I'm really excited about. Because we've had like a pinky orange, we've had a blue green, so I'm excited to see what comes next. So she may still have a spot or two of the next 3 months available. I may go check that out and jump on board if it's still there. So, because like I said, I need more yarn and need to slow my roll. But with that came her little recipe for Sex in the Driveway. It's such a pretty drink. I may have to try it because it's got like my favorite mixers in there. So yeah. Okay, so there's that one. Next up, this is kind of like a twofer maybe. Stacy of Stress Knits podcast and yarn company was having a bit of a de-stash a little while ago to help cover some vet bills for her cute little Esther pug puppy. And being a new puppy mom, I wanted to support her and help her with that because our puppies need to be healthy. So she had posted a color that I have wanted for a while and was really glad that I can get my hands on. And it is Legacy Fiber Arts in the Norma Bates colorway. And it is on their Snazzy Toes. So it is a Stellina base. And it makes me so happy. And I can't... It's a silver Stellina. But this was going to be part of my Sizzle Pop. But then I figured other things out with that one. So these may just have to be socks because it's so cool. I love all the colors in it. I love that it's kind of this rusty orange red in there and not a true red. But there's my legacy, my first ever Legacy Fiber Arts. So Stacy, thank you for making this available to me. I appreciate you and your shop and all you do. And yeah. So there's that one. Next up, I have these guys. Yes. So last weekend, no, 2 weekends ago, I was going to go up to Tri-Cities to meet Megan of the Little Fish Stitches podcast and the Creations by Guppy Etsy shop, who was also the dyer behind Little Fish Stitches yarn, and Jen from the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company. I ended up buying a car that day, so it took up a little more time, and Megan had to leave before I could get to the Badger Mountain Yarn Shop and see her, which really bums me out. But she does live in the same town as my parents and my family, so I know over Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of a thing, I'm hoping that we both have a little extra spare time that we can meet up and sit and knit and chat and catch up for a while. But she left with Jen some goodies for me, which really make me excited. I love them to death. One of them I've already actively been using, and that is this project bag with a handle. But wait, it gets better. It's a bucket bag, but look at, I can pull this up and close the drawstring. So it is now a closed bucket bag. Ah, and look at the deer. I love, this is her new style. I believe this is her larger size. She offers 2 sizes on her Etsy shops. I think this is her larger size because it can fit a couple skeins in it. But my favorite thing is that I can put it on my arm and sit and knit. And I don't have to have anything on the table in front of me. So during the conference I was at the last couple days, this is what I had. I had my little bag hanging off my arm, my hat in my lap, and I could just knit and listen to these different seminars. So I think these bags are my new favorite because they are drawstring. There are no zippers to get caught on anything. They can hang on my arm and I can knit straight out of them. And I can close them up. I mean, look at all the different fabrics she's got. She's got the polka dots. She's got the mustard. This is such a cool bag. I love it. And so along with this, she had this. And this is her, look at her label. She's so cute. This is her Land Before Time challenge yarn. And she based it off of, I believe it was the original when I was a munchkin, the movie cover. And I loved that movie. It is such a great movie. And I mean, all of her Speckle, I like it because I'm pretty sure this is going to micro stripe. Just with how it's dyed. It's got kind of the half and half feel to it with all of those speckles in the middle. That's really, yeah, this is going to micro stripe. So this has to be a pair of socks just because of that. So she did such a great job. I mean, look at these tiny little flecks of speckles in that gray. And then all of these guys. Megan, you amaze me. You really do. So, and that pop a darker blue in there. Yeah, these are going to microstripe and they're going to be so cool. Okay. We have a sleeping Boris. He has finally settled his little cranky butt down. Win. But yeah, so Megan, again, go check out her shop. She has amazing bags. She has amazing yarns. I just ordered another bag from her, as well as I think 2 more skeins of yarn. That's what's coming. And I think that this was still in her shop. So if you are a 90s kid like me, and you loved Land Before Time, check it out. So this is Megan's interpretation of the challenge. Jen has her own Land Before Time yarn, which I need to get as well. And then Desert Vista Dye Works dyed up 2 self-striping colorways based off of Ducky and I can't remember the other character she based it off of, but I need the Ducky yarn because Ducky is Ducky and the bomb. So get yourself your little own collection of Land Before Time yarn. So, thank you, Megan. You were amazing, and I love you. And now I can't wait for my other stuff from you to get in the mail. Okay, we're almost through with this. So, while I was at Badger Mountain, the dyer behind Spaghetti Yarns, who just announced this weekend that she's hanging up her dyeing and walking away for various reasons. You can follow her on Instagram and find that out, but she did some amazing yarn, and I'm really glad that I was able to get my hands on a skein before she hung up her dye mask. So this is, again, Spaghetti Yarns. Look at that label. Like, are you kidding me? How cute is that? I didn't notice that before. So cute. And this is the colorway He Who Shall Not Be Named. So again, Harry Potter. And it is the most perfect mauve purple with that dungy, grungy, dirty green. I love it. It's Voldemort, but I don't care. I love it. It's stunning. It's really pretty. And this is 100% BFL, which makes me really happy. I am obsessed with BFL bases right now. Another one that's coming to me. That's exciting. So, yeah, I do have other yarns coming to me, but we're going to slow it down, I think, because I've got a lot of knitting to do. So, again, Spaghetti Yarns, she may still have stuff available online if you go check her out. I don't think that she's sold out of everything. I think she's just not going to dye anymore, but I do believe she's probably selling what she currently has in stock. So go check her out, spaghettiyarns.etsy.com. I'll have that all down below. And support her in the last little parts of her business. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. This yarn just called to me. BFL, Harry Potter, all of the goodness. And she's local to the Northwest. So lots of, maybe that's why I didn't see it. Lots of goodness happening with this. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, we're almost done. This is the eyeball shawl that I was talking about. So I had to get more Frankie fibers because my previous skein, which is sitting in my stash, is the Night's Watch. And this one is the White Walkers. And it is the color of their eyes. And it is perfect. And because it is the color of their eyes, I want this to be the iris of the eyeball shawl. So I just need to get the right white. I don't want a solid white. I think I want a little bit of very light speckling involved with that. But then I'm going to have my very own Game of Thrones White Walker eyeball shawl. So again, Frankie Fiber, White Walkers. It's a gold Selena base like her Night's Watch yarn. So It's really, and I like it because it's got bits of green in there. It just adds some really cool depth to it. So that's what this is going to grow up to be. It's going to be an eyeball shawl by Stephen West. Next up, I have another collab. So this is more, again, Jen, Perfect Stitch Fibre Company, Megan of Little Fish Stitches, and Lindsay from Simply Serving HK. Those are my girls. I think, is this one smaller? No, that's the same. Okay, so it was Jen's shop's 1-year anniversary, and she put together this really cool kit that I had to get. I had to, because sheep, yarn, and Cupcake. I mean, it was me. So this is the yarn. Black, pink, white, gold stellina base. Super awesome. I love it. She calls it year 1. And then Lindsay made this really adorable cupcake. Sheepy cupcake. Look at that guy. How cute is he? Look at that little nose. So sheepy cupcake, which is also, I think the base is kind of a shimmery polymer clay on a gold clasp. Oh, look at his face. And then Megan made one of her bags. And inside has got this really cool pink and orange polka dots. So that pulled in the pink from the yarn. And it's sheep. And it has a little button. And it just makes me so happy. I mean, look at that. They're just perfect for each other. And again, it's got, so the top folds down into it and you can pull it out. Look at that. And it's got the little sheepies. So I could flip it around if I wanted to and have more sheeps on the outside and hide that little handle and create just like a bucket. Look at that. Or I could do this, and I could do this, and bam, low bag. It's perfect. So again, these are Megan's bags, and they're awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So there's, let's do this right, Perfect Stitch Fibre Company year 1 kit. That just made me so happy, because then I get to support my friends in their business. Take all my money, guys. Take all my money. So there was that. And then finally, last but not least, while I was gone at my conference in Salem, I stopped at their local yarn shop, Tangled Pearls. And I mean, I spent probably close to an hour in there wandering around trying to find what I wanted. I was a good girl. I resisted from buying a sweater's quantity worth of yarn, but instead bought one single skein of the Knitted Wit Victory Sock, and it is in the Tangled Pearls colorway. So it's a colorway that is exclusive to that shop, which, I mean, that's what you get with souvenir yarn, right? You just, and it again, prior to this month, my stash was looking extremely pink and orange and reds and all those warm colors, which is great, but that meant that I needed some cool colors to balance it out. So, with the exception of this guy that had all the pink in it, let's look at my collection of yarns from this last month. Think I got some of those cooler colors in there? It's nuts. Like I said, guys, the yarn Piggery was real. Look at that. But they're all so pretty, and I love them. And they're all at a great home now. I'm going to take very good care of them. Very, very good care of them. Let's just snuggle them all really fast. Just some snuggle action. Let's just... That's so good. My little yarn pillow. Okay. Enough of that, because it's a bit excessive. It's a bit much. Life stuff. Gonna be short because I'm at my hour and then some, I think. So I, like I said, have been really busy with grad school. That's kind of my life. I go from work to home, stuff my face with some food, and then sit in front of the computer and doing homework for about 3 hours a night. So it's crazy. It's keeping me busy. It's keeping me from knitting as much as I really want to, but it's not going to be forever. So, and I think as I find a better routine, and it's been evident over the last 4 weeks that I've become more comfortable and have knit more as each week has gone on. So yeah, that's pretty much, oh, and my new car. I'll put in a picture here. It is a 2014 RAV4 all-wheel drive. I'm very excited. I needed a new car. The winters down here are a little gnarly. I do a lot of driving with work. Most of the time I can take a company vehicle, but not always. So I just needed something a little more reliable and a little better during the winter. So yeah, that was my big acquisition. Was this car. But I feel like a real adult now. Like it's a legitimate adult car. So with that, I think I am going to say farewell, and until next time. I don't think it'll be any more than a month, but maybe in 2 weeks, maybe a month. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what time allows. And you know, if I've only been able to do a few rows on things here and there, then I probably won't, because I want to be able to have stuff to actually show you guys other than all of the yarn I've been buying. I've been buying a bunch of yarn because I can't knit, and I think that's satisfying my knitty need. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to try to challenge myself to knit from the awesome stash that I've been able to acquire over the last couple months. And yeah, because I have a great stash to shop from now. So let's start doing that. And yeah, so head on over to the Ravelry group, enter into those giveaway threads. You can enter into all of them, one of them, none of them. It's totally up to you guys, but thank you for joining me. Thanks for, you know, the people who've been with me for the last year. It's been really exciting. It's been a fun journey, and I can't wait for this next year to see what happens and what comes from it. So with that, I'm going to sign off and bid you adieu. Bye.